Yo, hello, my friend. Hope everyone's doing good. I'm so happy to being right here again and everything. So basically, it's the first time trying to do this. How to speak English fluently, exactly as you can see right here from the title and everything. Basically, I gave this presentation was like 2 years ago, something like I guess 2 years ago, and a lot of people they've been asking me, about how to speak English fluently, how to improve your English, how to start, and all of that, and I really appreciate this. And that's why I just decided to edit this presentation a little bit, and then I just recorded it. Recording it this way. So basically, in this presentation, in the next 40 minutes, what I'm going to say before everything, because this presentation is going to be maximum 40 minutes. I just want to mention something that whatever I'm going to say right now is not like this is not gonna be like the only way for you to improve your English. This is my perspective. That's exactly what I've done. That's exactly what a lot of people they've done, and they're speaking a very good English right now. At least they are trusting themselves when it comes to any social experiments. You know what I mean? And they are just feeling so good. They're feeling so confident. When it comes to their English and everything. So basically what I'm saying is there are a lot of ways you can improve your English. There are a lot of ways on how to speak English fluently, let's say, and speak effortlessly, let's say. You know what I mean? But what I want to highlight is that this is not the only way. However, there are a lot of ways, but there is way that can make you uh, reach to the point faster than another way. You get what I mean? So this is the whole idea about it. So anyway, let's get cracking right now. So how to speak English fluently, presented by, that's what it is. So let's move right here. This is the presentation plan. How is it going to be? So exactly right here is going to be an introduction. We're going to talk about what you're going to see after this after this presentation and everything. We have something called the 6-month theory. And then we move to the third part, which is how to keep motivated. And then the basic grammar, as you can see right here, basic grammar. Great. So let's move on. So after this presentation, what you're going to see after all of that, you will start to speak English fluently. And I'm saying you will start to speak English fluently. You will have this kind of energy, motivation, and so on. So for you to be kind of like push for you just to move on and start speaking English fluently, you will know how to organize your time. For example, when it comes to like for the personal life, whatever, because a lot of people are going to say that I don't have time for that. I don't have the motivation for that. I'm working, I'm studying, and so on. That's why like it's a little bit crazy for them to be like motivated, organized 100%. You will be motivated 100%. I can guarantee this to you. After this presentation, you will be super motivated about this. And right here, what do we have? You will, sorry, let me just move myself right here. So you will learn some English basic grammar, and that's what's up about it. You will English some just basic, because I know a lot of people, they hate grammar a lot. So basically it's going to be like, as I said, like basic English grammar. So let's move on right now. Okay, let's move on. Great. Right here, as you can see, like there is like two bowels, and this fish is trying to move on from this small one to the bigger one, which is basically a risky thing for it a little bit, because it might die, right? It might die. However, there's some always like, I love this saying, to get something you never had, you have to do something that you never did. So it's like to get something you never had. For her, for example, she never had a big, I'm saying she because it's going to be our example, you know what I mean? So I gotta respect her. So whenever like trying to move on from this small house to another big house might kill her, but she would never do if she would never, for example, try something new or try something that she never tried before. So basically that's exactly the thing. Like to get something you never had, you have to do something you never did. To get something English, for example, here in this situation, we're speaking about English, right? So to get something you never had, something that you never had, for example, like you never in your time like spoken English in a very good way or confident or in front of people and everything, you never done this before. That's why like you're trying to do it. it would never come up to you like out of nowhere. So you gotta do something about it. You gotta like, you gotta like do anything that you never done before to get something that you never had before. So I guess that was cool. Right now we move to the second layer, which is one cannot remake himself without suffering. For he is both the marble and sculpture. And that was saying from Mr. Alex's Carroll right here. He's a philosopher, whatever. You can just search about him. So anyway, like I love this saying actually. So you can't remake yourself without any suffering. And when we say suffering right here, which means organization, discipline, commitment, sacrifice, let's say, time, and all of that. So you have exactly, as you can see the picture right here, like you are the marble and you are the sculpture at the same time. You are the marble, which is that product that you can see right here. And at the same time, you are the sculpture. You can shape yourself in any shape that you're looking for. You feel me? So it's for you. It's totally up to you to be or not to be. So we get 3 questions right now. What is English? Why exactly English? Why everybody is looking for English? And then how to English, which is a super important question. So let's move on. So we have something called the problems, and then we will find solutions for them. And that's what it is. A lot of people are having a lot of having the same kind of like problems, which means I can understand, but can't reply. Most of them are going to say the same. Like, I can understand 100% when you are talking and everything, I can understand, but I can't reply to you. Or I start excited and then I immediately stop. I do plans, I go to schools, I, starting like subscribing for a lot of podcasts, channels, whatever, like YouTube channels and everything. But after a while, boom, like I can't do it. And then there is a third one, which is a lot of people are saying the same. I lose motivation immediately, especially for people who are starting to speak English, going to gym and all of that. Immediately, they just lose motivation. And there is the last group, which are saying, I'm doing everything right, but absolutely no result. Downloading Duolingo, I'm doing everything. I'm trying my best to get to that point, but I can't get it. And that's why like I'm fading, like there is no result. So like the solution right now, like there are a lot of solutions, exactly as I said in the beginning of this presentation, that you will find a lot of solutions actually that you can go for. You will find a lot of solutions, a lot of people, a lot of YouTube videos that you can speak English in 7 days or 7 minutes sometimes, which is anyway. So like we have something right here called think outside the box. Think outside the box. Like the box is your mind, but you gotta think out of your mind, out of your box to get some new ideas that can help you sort everything out. And let's get it right here. Let's see what this means, thinking outside the box. When it comes to thinking outside the box, we're going to ask 2 questions right now. 2 main questions, which are really important questions. And this is a new thing when you do like this on the Mac OS. It's kind of something crazy. It's crazy. So anyway, like we're going to ask 2 questions right now. First question is, how old are you in English? How old are you in English? Exactly as how old are you? And then we have another question, which is, would you go for an R4 or a Bugatti? And let's see. By the way, like, please, before we go for the R4 or Bugatti, you got to pick your car from now. Whether you choose an R4 or whether you go for the R4 Bugatti. And let's get it. So, meet my sister. Rest in peace. Allah yarhamha. So this is my sister actually. Her name is Buthaina. So Buthaina, I have Arabian Buthaina and then English Buthaina. So like the Arabian Buthaina, she's 32 years old. Since born, listening to Arabic. Since she was born, everything in Arabic, mother, father, siblings, whoever, like everybody was speaking in Arabic and everything. That's why after 2 years, when she's 2 years old, she started speaking Arabic fluently, like not fluently, but she started saying everything in Arabic, which means after listening to a lot of Arabic, she started, boom, speaking Arabic like crazy. So she never learned any grammar. For example, they never took her from her place to another school to start learning grammar with the grammar books, workbooks, and so on. And then she started speaking Arabic. No. It was so smooth. She was just listening to Arabic, and that's why eventually, boom, she started speaking Arabic. So right here we have English with Reina. She has days, only like days years old, let's say, or days old. Rarely listening to English. Rarely listening to English because of the way that she was born, like the place and the environment and everything. Rarely when there is somebody speaking English. But she is learning tons of grammars. She knows exactly what is the present perfect, future, I don't know, past, like crazy tenses. And then like she knows absolutely everything about grammar. I think that sounds like a lot of people right now. They have started recently. They rarely listen to English, but they know a lot of grammar, never speak. As a result, they never speak. They always like, when they want to speak their mind, like telling them, hey, relax. It's grammar. You have to say it this way. you don't have to say it this way. Right? That's why they don't speak. They can speak, for example, but when it comes to a really crazy situation or when it comes to in front of people and everything, words, they start fading out. Like, what am I doing right now? I can't do anything. You feel me? So this is the idea. So let's go to another thing right now, which is Air 4 Bugatti. This is the Air 4 for everybody who just chose it. An Air 4, this is your Air 4. Congratulations. So what is the idea of an Air 4 or a Bugatti? So the Air 4 is a car, right? Bugatti or Air 4. Any car, two parts are really main, like the main parts of the car is the fuel and the engine. The engine which makes the car moves, and the fuel that can make the engine start working so that it can make the car move. So basically, these are the two main parts in any car, Air 4, Bugatti, whatever. So just imagine of an English that has bad engine, exactly like an Air 4, has a bad engine, which is a dusty, rusty, FUCKED up engine with a fuel right here, exactly as we can see, like a old fuel maybe, like, or something like, or maybe like mixed with the water or some, which is like, it's not good. So basically this car would never move. It would never move. This car would keep the same. It will keep exactly like this rusty, dusty one. And when it, like a junky car, if I'm like, it's gonna keep in its place for years, I would never move. And that's exactly what we are talking right here, is the method and the motivation. So it's like the method of you, the method how you are, think of the car exactly as your English. So your English is this car right now. I'm not speaking about you, but let's say. So it's like, this is the car right here. This is the English. And the method of you, how are you speaking English? This is the method right now. It's the motivation, it's the engine for you to move that English, to speak it out. So you have a motivation right here, which is the fuel, which is like, this is how you fuel yourself in order to motivate this method to work out for you. So what I'm saying is a lot of methods, for example, like going to schools and then studying with the workbook and everything. And then basically you're not going to have a lot of motivation. That's why your car is going to be an R4, exactly like this. You got what I mean? So this is the idea of having a method. So just think about it like this. When the method is really perfect, when you have an amazing method that it follows steps, you know what I mean? Like there are like chronicle steps. We just follow them to reach a point. And then you will have the right motivation, because the method, like it might be flexible and sound like it should be flexible, that can give you a lot of motivation for you to just keep going and going and going to reach to a car, which is this car, which is the Bugatti right now. So when you see the Bugatti, that's exactly your English if you follow the right method and if you follow the right motivation. So it's like when you have the good motivation, the good method, boom, your English is going to be exactly like this Bugatti Chiron. And I don't know like how many people just, go for or went for this Bugatti actually. That's what's it. So what's your favorite car right now? You gotta tell me. I know a lot of people right now are just exactly like these four groups right here. Let me just like my plate right here. So like a lot of people right now are just feeling exactly like this. Some people are looking at me like this right now. Like looking at me, like watching the video, just do it like this. Okay, keep going. And like, or keep talking. And there are some people like looking at me and they're laughing with this this man is saying? Like, it doesn't know even what he's saying. Like, it says they're laughing on me. Some people, they are looking at me and they are mad at me. They'd be like, hey, you don't know anything what you're talking about. You're speaking like you don't know exactly what's going on. What's going on. And there are some people that are looking at me like, hey, like they're like at me like, hey, you're saying some nonsense shit. You feel me? So, but here is the thing. Let me just tell you something. There is something called the 6-month theory, and that's exactly what we're gonna follow together. So the 6-month theory, this one actually, that's why I told you, like, it's my, let me just put myself in the middle right there. Is good for you? So like 6-month theory, it's about a lot of things. It's about a lot of ideas and everything. And it's about 6 months as well, exactly as you say right here. So we have 4 points. We have to cover them and talk about them. For sure, we're not gonna, like, as I told you, like, it's going to be only 40 minutes, so I'm not going to go deeper. But let me just get some headlines. So it's like fluently and effortlessly. When we say the word fluently, what does it mean fluently? Fluently doesn't mean to speak so fast or speak like American, British, Australian, or Canadian. It doesn't mean to speak with non-stop. It doesn't mean to know all words in English. It doesn't mean to speak and you're just like trying to be someone who is not you, or with another accent, or like something like, no. It doesn't mean like this. Fluently is to speak a clear, understandable English. That's what's said. That's exactly what's said. When you can do it only, like, you don't have to care about the accent. You don't have to care about anything else. You just have to care that whatever you're saying, it's easy, clear, understandable, and that's what's it. For example, you're trying to introduce yourself. You're trying to tell me about something, which is anything. For example, expressing your feelings. You don't have to say something which is, I don't know, like a word that never exists in English, or is like, it's an old English word. You feel me? It's like, keep it simple, keep it exactly what you know. You don't go for another thing, which is, for example, like a word that rarely used, and you're trying, I sound native right now, or I sound fluent. No. Fluent, it means clear, understandable, and that's what's it. Clear, understandable. And this is will allow you to go to the word effortlessly. Why effortlessly? Because it comes from the word flow, fluently, flow, like the water flows so smoothly. You know, like you're, for example, you're talking about effortlessly right here, because some people, I don't know, relax. You feel me? Like chill, like when you chill out, when you're speaking something clear and the things that you know, without this effort, over effort, like you put in a lot of efforts in it. Try to be calm, try to be chilled out. Don't worry about nothing. Just speak the English that you have got. And time after time, your English is going to be exploded. Like, believe me, you know, like try to use exactly what you've got. So fluently, effortlessly, this is the first point. Second point right here, which is 3,000 words and 700 hours. What I mean right here, they are saying to speak a fluent English, like we agreed right now with this means fluent, right? Which means clear, understandable. To speak a fluent English, which means fluent and which means a clear, understandable English, you have to have 3,000 words. 3,000 words are maybe, if you studied English high school, if you studied English at I don't know, like at university, or your own like hobby, whatever. So it's like, you know, at least, you know, 3,000 words. And maybe you're going to tell me like, no, I don't think so that I have 3,000 words. I'm going to tell you, hell yes, you have 3,000 words, but you're not practicing. Because I'm sure that you've been across this situation where a person is going to tell you a word and they'll be like, oh, I know this word. I'm sure that you know it, but you're not using it because of the lack of practicing. But once you start practicing, once you start like, you know, reading, listening, whatever, so it's like, it's going to be easy for you. It's going to be like day-to-day life, you're saying it. And that's what's it. So it's like 3,000 words as much. So what I'm trying to say right here, if you think yourself, you don't have a 3,000 words, you can either do it by practicing, listening, or learning some new vocabulary and try to implement them into your daily life. I'm not gonna go deeper on that because it's gonna take a lot of time, but let me just go for 700 hours right now. Speaking about the 700 hours, it's the listening time that you have to give English in your time, so that you can speak fluent English, which means clear and understandable. Which means right now, if you studied English before, or like in the high school, middle school, whatever, university, so basically, at least you have made 300 hours listening, at least. So it's like, if you can improve this hourly like rate of listening English per day, per week, per whatever, it's up to you how to improve this. But trust me, the much more you listen to English, the much more hours you put into listening to English is gonna be perfectly perfect, and you're gonna see the changes like immediately. Trust me, I'm talking immediately. It's more than workbooks, more than a teacher is teaching you, it's more than a coach, it's more than subscribing for some English schools and whatever. Nope. 700 hours listening, you're just gonna be crazy. So right now, if you're going to ask me what to listen, what to learn, what to practice, and all of that, let me just tell you about two things: quantity and quality. So right now, if we're talking about the quantity, how many hours? We said it before, which is 700 hours is enough. It's pretty enough to get a good English, let's say a fluent English. You feel me? So if we're talking about the quality right now, this is really, really important when it comes to the quality. It depends on your level right now. Depends on your level right now. Where are you right now? You feel me? Like for example, I've seen a lot of people, for example, they saying, I'm gonna start speaking English, I'm gonna start learning English and everything, and then they go and read a story of Sherlock Holmes with that English. Man, after half an hour, they'll be like, screw English, like, fuck English, I'm not gonna learn it. And obviously, you went to the hard level immediately. It's not gonna work for you. So it's like you have to go step by step. What I mean is, it doesn't mean that you underestimate yourself as well and go for kids learning whatever. So it's like you can just go for the quality of what you are listening and the quality of what you are saying and watching. What I mean is right here, like for example, you can go for something like YouTube videos, YouTube, for example, podcast, YouTube movies. You can go for Spotify podcasts, for something which is really understandable, something clear, understandable. That's exactly what I am trying to say. Clear, understandable videos for the first time, and it's gonna be lit for you, trust me. Quantity and quality. So let's go right now, which is the most important point among all of these points that I was saying right now about the 6-month theory, is intensity versus consistency. So intensity, let me just give you a brief example. A lot of people, they just want to go to the gym, right? And they'll be like, okay, like the next month I'm going to go to the gym, I'm going to subscribe and everything. They go in, like they talk to the salesman in the gym, and yeah, like I want to like a yearly subscription, and they give the money and so on. They go for the first week, they feel a little bit cool, they take a lot of selfies, they take a lot of photos in the mirror, and then after a while, like for example, the best perfect person will keep going for 2 weeks, 3 weeks tops, and then boom, they will like, oh my god, I can't do this anymore. I was like, I'm done with it, you know what I mean? Like they just stop it. So what I'm trying to say, the cat is moaning right here, I don't know why. It's crazy. So what I want to say is like the intensity. What I mean the intensity right here. Don't go harsh on yourself at the first time. A lot of people, they go to the gym, for example, on the first time, the first days, like every day until they reach to the point like boom, they can't do it anymore. Same thing for English. A lot of people, they start crazy, they start amazing, and let's say this is really awesome. However, for a long run, it's not awesome. It's not it. So you have to go, for example, with a short period of times, but is gonna be like daily. You feel me? Like it's gonna be, you have to organize your time, how to organize your time, like put something, for example, like 30 minutes listening to English, 10 minutes practicing, whatever, but something that you can do daily or day after day, whatever, it's suitable for you, you can just do it. But you have to be smart with this. So you reach to the point where consistency is. Consistency, as David Goggins, he said in his podcast one day, the only thing that can change your DNA is commitment. So it's like when you be committed to something, which means consistency doing it, you're going to change yourself. Literally, you're going to change yourself. And what I'm saying is, for example, you can listen. If you can do 10 minutes per day, do it. Do it, but do it for a year. And this 10 minutes per year is going to be crazy. It's going to change you. Trust the process. Trust me. Like 10 minutes per day is way better than somebody who starts with 1 hour, 2 hours, like crazy intensity. And then after a while, boom, nothing. So this is the point. Let's move on right now. You know, this guy is my favorite. I love this guy, seriously. Like he's my model, you know. Like he trains 3 times per day. By the way, these pictures are really old, but then like they're old. As I told you, the presentation was 2 years ago, something like when he was still in Barcelona and everything. I guess 3 years ago, I guess. So he trains 3 times per day, super high energy, super high energy. Like he's crazy. He's totally focused, you know. He's working consistently and always motivated. Like eventually he's always motivated, like always motivated. He wants to win, always wants to win. He has the champion mentality, you know. That's why, as a result, football is an easy game for him. He's the GOAT, G-O-A-T, which means the greatest of all times, exactly like Messi in football history. So, like Messi is doing it, like as I told you, trains 3 times per day. That's why he has got super high energy, because he's doing it like he's not doing something like you know, like crazy on him. He's going on it slowly, and he's doing it consistently, and that's why he's always motivated. I take this guy as my role model, actually. Like his a winner mentality, actually. So after all of this, what I was saying right now, a lot of people are going to tell me exactly what I said right here. I'm not motivated to keep on learning English. That's a very good, okay, statement. I really have no time. A lot of people are going to talk about time. As I already told you, I'm studying, I'm working, I have kids, I have, I don't know, like, you know what I mean? Like, it's going to be crazy. My schedule is so tight. I can't be flexible and so on. I can't find any time to listen to a podcast, which is something that I can't do. A lot of people are going to say these kind of words, these kind of statements and everything, and they get a point. However, before they know this, because look what this guy is going to tell you right here. Relax and stay focused with me. You know, this logo right here was created like 3 years ago, I guess, when my hair was like braids. I had some braids, but I don't know, like I like this haircut right now. I think it looks amazing on me, right? What do you think? Because I really like this one, you know. So English with Haytham, like I had a school, I was in Algeria and everything. So it was late actually. So relax, take a coffee, stay focused with me, and then let's get it. Okay. Right now we're talking about if you lack optimism, it's game over. I like this, and this is one of the statements that really changed my life and changed some points in my life. It felt me like if you lack optimism, it's game over. Literally, it's game over in anything in life. If you lack optimism, exactly as there is a verse in Quran, as if like Allah is saying that only people who are thinking negative way to Allah through or like how to say it, they are thinking negatively about whatever is going on in their life. They're thinking negatively towards Allah, whatever. Everything negative they're thinking about is gonna be for them. Like it's gonna happen for them. You feel me? So it's like adhanina billahi dhanna saw alayhim da'iratu saw. Period. Like only those people who are thinking in a negative way, they're going to be negative. You know what I mean? Like all negative things are going to be for them. So if you lack optimism, it's game over, which means in another way, you have to be optimistic the whole days, the whole time. Let me just put myself right here. Oh my God, I'm moving myself like crazy, right? Okay, so let me just stop right now. Motivation is the question why. What is motivation is always like the question why can answer your motivation. When you ask yourself, why am I doing this? I always ask my students, like when we get in the class for the first time and never met them before and everything, ask them one simple question. Why are you here? I mean, why do you come? Why you come along? You paid a lot of money and everything just for that. Why? Why is that? Your why is your motivation. So when you ask that, I need motivation, ask yourself, you are the only motivation for yourself. That's what I said. I know, like, let's say like 70% is for you. And let's say the rest is about the method, is about the teacher, is about the coach, whatever, is about the method as well. Is about how is it going, the timing, the shit, everything. You know what I mean? But 70%, which is the big chunk, is you. Is your answer to the question why. As a funny story, I remember one guy who was like, I met a Russian girl, I couldn't speak English, and that was my biggest motivation for me to speak English. And right now I'm speaking English. That's what it. It was for a girl, and you got a point for any motivation, any why for you. That's what it. Like it's yours. And then we have right here optimistic, not pessimistic. You know what I mean? Like optimistic is not like you should not be pessimistic at all. Always keep optimistic. Always keep thinking about something. Thinking, because I know a lot of people, for example, that during this journey of learning English and everything, you always like sit back, like you're just like in your bed and you're thinking in English. You'd be like, man, I can't speak English. What's up? I can't speak it. You feel me? Like, but whenever I'm in front of people, I can't do it. But right here, it's the game of like mind game. You feel me? Like you can play in your mind right now. It's a game, mental game right now, going in your mind. So be optimistic and always thinking about that. You achieved it. You're already there. Just keep thinking about it. Keep thinking about it. And that's what I say. Keep your thinking optimistic always. And never, never, ever pessimistic. So we have right here good nutrition when it comes to ears and eyes. Exactly what we talked about equality earlier. The thing that you are listening to, the things that you are watching have to be good. Take care of whatever you get in or you put in your ears and your eyes. Exactly. When you eat healthy, you have to listen healthy and see healthy. That's what I say. Let's get cracking right now. I guess I still have not too much, actually. Great. So let's move on right here to keep it 100. Positive and optimistic content. Try to keep the contents always. That's exactly what you should put in your ears and your eyes always. Keep it positive, keep it optimistic contents and everything, and never go for something like, excuse me, never go for some like, I don't know, like learn English in 3 minutes. You feel me? Like 3 days, speak English fluently in 3 days. Man, what's up? So we have right here audios, videos, text in English, more listening hours. So that's what we were talking about earlier. Exercises, everyday sports. Sports is really, really amazing, like to improve your mental health. So basically it's gonna be like you're going to be fast learner when your blood circulation is going to be fast and is going to be good and healthy. So basically the understanding and learning is going to be faster for you. And then right here, make more native friends. And that's for sure. If you don't have any, you have to get some. There are a lot of ways on how to get some native friends. When I say native friends from America, Australia, Canada, whatever, US, UK, it's up to you. You're always like having a way to get to this. Let's move forward right now. This is exactly what I'm looking for. A lot of people right here, exactly as we said, I don't have time. I don't have time, ما عنديش وقت. I don't have like how to do it, Like I don't have time for that. And that's why I wanted to do, I always like, do this thing for myself. And I did a podcast episode about it, actually about timing and everything. But let's just see right here. Statistics. Okay, let me just put my hand right here. What do you think? It's crazy. Great. So the week has 168 hours, 168 hours. Okay. So let's say for the best person, for a perfect, productive, awesome man or woman, whatever. So it's like 40 hours working. They're working 40 hours right here. And they're sleeping there. They are getting very good sleep during the 7 days, which means 56 hours sleeping, which is nearly impossible, but I'm just saying for a perfect person. And then they're getting 48 hours when it comes to eating, family, things like this, waiting on the queue, showering and all of that. So it's like they're getting 42 hours, sorry for that. So basically there is a death, 30 hours right here. And always, please guys, please, I beg you guys, just go on, sit down, relax, take a pen and paper. The week has 168 hours. Just try to check where is your hours. And trust me, you will find more than 50 to 60 hours for a perfect person, 30 hours, at least death. You don't know what it is. You don't know what it is. You just keep going, but you would never find it out. You always like find it like some dead hours. You don't know where are them. Seriously. So this is exactly what I'm trying to say right here. Let me just break it down. The week has 168 hours, 30 hours death per week. Basically is 1,440 hours death per year, which means 2 months per year, which means if you are lucky to live 80 years, you will live only 66 years, which means 14 hours wasted. I don't know if that makes sense to you or not, but this is really, really dangerous. I'm speaking for the best person. Please count this and see how many years you're wasting. Trust me, if you're lucky, like super lucky to live to 80 hours, or sorry, 80 years. So basically you're living only 66 hours for the perfect person. And I'm sure about a lot of people are living only maybe, for example, if they are lucky to live up to 80 years, they've just lived like maybe 40 or something. I don't know. This is really important right here to know exactly what are your hours. And thinking in hourly rates can improve your life in a crazy way. I've tried it. I know that's why Japanese, they are crazy. They are in another world. Why? Because they are thinking in part of seconds. You know what I mean? Like in seconds or part of seconds, I don't know. Or they're crazy. That's why they are improving so fast. Same thing for you. Just try to think in hourly rates in your university, work, lifestyle, whatever, English learning, anything, think in hourly rate, and you're going to see yourself like, that's what I say. So 30 hours right here, I'm just speaking about the best perfect person, for example. So right here, 30 hours to chase your dreams. Be smart, set your priorities right, and be fucking optimistic. It's not optimistic, but you have to be fucking optimistic to get to your goals, to get your dreams, and so on. Let's move right here. So right here, I just have some English basic grammars. I guess a lot of people, they know about this. But let me just go, briefly on that. We have the plural in English right here. We have the WH questions. So right here, like plural English, maybe this is a new information for a lot of people, but let's say like 90% of words right here, they like when we are trying to say, for example, we have book, we just add the letter S and that's it. Like it's a plural. For example, book, books, pen, pens, board, boards, table, tables, paper, papers. So basically 90% of words in English, you just gotta add the letter S and that's what's it. Like it's a plural already. However, we have like 4 groups that they don't follow this rule actually, which means the rest 10%, they don't follow this rule. By the way, the 10%, it's my thing. So it's like, it's not something that it's real, you feel me? Like it's not like statistics. So the last 10% as we're talking about right here, we have like some words, they end with S, double S, X, O, CH, and SH. So those letters basically are going to add ES at the end without moving anything. For example, bus, buses, keys, kisses, tomato, tomatoes right here, box, boxes, church, churches, torch, torches. During this, meanwhile, we have this expectation. However, we have expectation for expectation as well, which is this expectation has an expectations. Sorry, it's not expectation, I mean exceptions. I'm so sorry for that. So it's like this exception has an exceptions as well. I think I start feeling like dried up. You feel me? Like I need some water. So right here we have some words, three words in English and in O, and you don't have to add ES for them. You just have to add S only. So piano, pianos, photo, photos, radio, radios right here. These are the 3 words only, like you have to add S for them. If you have any other word, please feel free to share with me. We have another words that they end with Y right here. So basically we just have to omit the Y and we add IES. However, like it depends on the last letter before the Y. Exactly as you can see right here. Like we have boy, boys immediately. However, for this one, because you know the last letter right here, it's O. So you can just omit the Y because it's gonna be fucked up. It's gonna be boys or something. So right here, like lady, ladies, baby, babies. Why? Because the last letter was consonant letter. It was not vowel like O. And you know, this is why like grammar is tons of exceptions for tons of exceptions for tons of exceptions. Whenever you know a lot of tons of exceptions, you'll be like, man, get out of my head. Like, you feel me? Like, it's just crazy. But I just wanted to share with you this, you know, this information. So we get a lot of words as well that end with the word, with the letter F or FE. So basically, we just omit the F and we add VES right here, like leave, leaves, wife, wives, life, lives. So that's what we say. And then we have irregular nouns. We have in English almost 35 to 40 words, 35 to 40 words, something like. They're irregular nouns. So basically, when it comes to plural English, they have any rule. They just have to be changed completely sometimes. And another time, you have just to change some word, some letter or something on that. For example, like we have man, woman. Basically, we just change the A to E. Okay. And then we have mouse is going to be mice, a lot of mice. We have child is going to be children. Foot, feet, tooth, teeth, goose, geese, and then like those, as you can see, like double O, double E. And then we have ox or the bull, which is the male of the cow. Oxen is not oxes because exactly as you can see right here, it's another exception for this. Ends with X, but it's oxen right here. We have some words that they keep the same. For example, fish, fish, information, information, ship, ship. Those are going to keep the same. We have right here person, one person, a lot of people. It's not a lot of persons. We can add another one, which is advice. Advice is the plural, actually. But once you want to say one advice, you gotta say only like piece of advice. Same thing right now for information, piece of information. So it's exactly the same, you know, a lot of exceptions, you know, grammar is crazy. Okay, let's pass right now. We have the WH questions right here. 5 whiskeys in the hotel. 5 whiskeys in the hotel. That's exactly the 5 whiskeys, which means 5 WH questions in the hotel. Which are, let's see them right now. So we have what, when, where, who, why, and how. These are the whiskeys. This is the hotel right here. That's exactly how they enter. This is exactly how they save them. For example, there are 5 for one, which means what, asking for a thing or an action. What's your name? Or what are you doing? We have when is asking for the time. When are we going to meet? Okay. Where is a place? Where do you live, for example? And then we have who is asking about a person or the doer who did action. Or who are you is asking about a person. For example, for most of the part, you're going to ask for a person. And then we have why right here is asking for a reason or something happened. Why does that happen? Or is the reason something happened? Like what is the reason that thing happened? And then we have the word how is a number or a way something is done. How much is that? So you're asking for how much is it, which means a number, or how many people of them. For example, like how something is done, like how to go to the US. You know what I mean? Like how to approach a girl. I guess a lot of people, they know the answer of this question. So it's like, okay, right now, like a champion. Think like a champion, always, like think like a champion. I want to give you this at the end of this presentation. I hope it was helpful for you. Always think like a champion, always act like a champion, always train like a champion, and dream like a champion. Always keep your expectation high and high and high. Always keep thinking like a champion, never always, like as I said, like keep optimistic, never pessimistic. And that's what say that's about your life. This is a rule in your life, actually, and that's exactly what's gonna reach you to higher positions and higher levels as well, like always. Hopefully this presentation was good for you. If you think that's good and you want me to carry on and everything, please let me know in the comments below, whatever. And I will be really happy for your feedback. Hopefully it was helpful for you. And by the way, I didn't mention this at the end, at the beginning of this presentation, that this presentation is supposed to be for those people who got some English, you know what I mean? Like they speak a little bit, like at least A2 to the B1. and starting from that, because it's not for people who are just starting, you feel me? Because, you know, as you can see, I'm keeping it 100 English, no Arabic and everything. So that's why I'm just saying, like, if you think this content is helpful for you, if you want me to put more at like these contents and everything, I will be super happy for just tell me, and I will be really happy for, you know, creating some contents like this. Once again, thank you so much for watching, and have a